Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I have here 3 smaller rocks and 3 larger rocks. I'm not sure what all these are. I do think there's some jasper and some petrified wood, but I'm interested to see what they look like cut open, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do today. So I might as well get started. Alright, as I normally do, I'm going to start off with the smaller rocks, this being the smallest of them. Not quite sure what that is, but we'll see once it's cut open, which I'm just going to take off the edge here. Alright, well I do like them small, they're quick and easy to cut through. As far as now that it's wet, oh, there's a spider. What are you doing? Okay, I think I got the spider. Hopefully, it was a big one. It was on my leg. Where'd it go? Alright, well, it's not on my leg. Alright, well, wherever it is, it's not on me. Hopefully. Alright, it's gone. Alright, back to the rock. Yeah, it's kind of greenish looking with some deep red and orange. Let's see what it looks like inside. Eh, more of that deep red and orange. I think it's a jasper. It's definitely hard like it. Not bad. Bit on the dark side, though. Alright, next one. Alright, we got this one here. It's still pretty dirty. I can see some red there. So I think I'm just going to take off the edge like I did on the last one. Alright, I did see the spider. I did end up flicking him onto the side of the house. So he's not dead. Can't say he's not injured, but he's not dead. And he's not on me, so I'm good. But let's see. Alright, well, now that it's gotten a bit cleaned off, I'm seeing more reds and I'm seeing some greens and grays. So, how's it look inside? Alright. Still pretty dark. Might even have a little bit of teal in there, color in there, and some lighter greens. That's not too bad. I like that one. But I'm going to move on to the next. Alright. This will be the last of the smaller ones. Some lighter orange. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this side off. Yeah, just going to take that edge. Yeah, well, that went pretty smooth. I'm not seeing anything different, but what's inside? Alright, very similar to the last one. A little lighter colors. I think it's a jasper of some sort. Quite pretty. Alright, we're going to move on to the larger ones now. This one, I just suspect it's going to be an ugly orangish jasper, maybe with some reds. So, I think I'm going to cut the long way here. Alright, well I did have a little bit break off at the end, but otherwise I think it cut fairly easily. And still kind of like an ugly orange bit of red, but let's see what it looks like inside. Yeah, like I expected, it's a bit of a ugly orange. Still has some neat stuff. I like kind of like those lines going through it. Alright, on to the next one. So this one I want to cut off this bit to clean up this face, and I think, could be wrong, but I think it might have been petrified wood. This area definitely looks like wood to me, so I'm thinking it's a type of petrified wood. And I'm going to just cut along here to clean this face up. Alright, well this one did have a much larger piece break off of it. Oh well. But as far as the rest goes, sadly I'm not going to get the cleanest face that I was hoping for. See what it looks like? Alright, well that's not bad. I kind of like that one. I definitely see some agate in there. Yeah, that's not too bad. But might have to eventually cut it again. Unfortunately, I think it might just break some more. That's not a bad petrified wood or agatized wood. Alright, well I'm going to go ahead now and move on to the last rock, which is this one here. There does appear to be a lot of fracturing. I don't know if it's going to hold up very well. Wondering if I should... Nice big long line right there. Not sure I want to cut along it though. So I think for this one, I'm going to... Oh heck, why not? I'm going to cut it right down the middle. Alright, well, it still looks just as kind of ugly on the outside. But let's see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, well, I thought it would be more orange and pink, less white on the inside. Not quite sure what that is, because it didn't seem to be as hard as uh, Jasper or Agate, so maybe something softer. Kind of neat pattern. I like it. Looks almost like a brain. Alright, it's the brain rock. Alright, well here they are all cut open. I will say some of these turned out nice. I think the petrified wood is probably the nicer of the group. But as far as my favorite goes, I'm going to have to say this one here. Mainly just because it looks like a brain and that's funny. But if you enjoyed what you've seen, please like and share. And if you want to, feel free to subscribe. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.